I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be bright, 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 sunshiny day.
Good afternoon. My name is Rick Garcia, and I'm the Executive Director for the United Way of St. Clair County. Please join me with Visions for the Future, brought to you by the Council on Aging serving St. Clair County. We'd like to join us in welcoming Laura Newsom, Paul Maxwell, and Jim Welcome.
Laura, hard to believe it's September. Happy Labor Day. I don't know about you, but I had a great time last month with fun food, fashion, and fitness.
We had a great time in August.
And no better guy than Paul Maxwell.
Welcome to Patty Point.
Thank you,
It's nice to have you back
I think it's great
again.
to be back. And you know what? I don't know about you guys, but it's a little cooler today, and I'm ready for a cuddle alert.
Oh, I've heard that.
I know. It's
Cooling
been
down.
special.
Is it
Yeah, it's been
cooling down?
special. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you so much, Paul, for having us back at Vantage Point. We had such a great show last month that we wanted to come back and do it again with some new guests this time, but it's going to be another great show. The mission of the Council on Aging is to keep people living independently in their homes for as long as possible and to avoid untimely institutionalization. We do that with a variety of programs and services dispatched from our 4 multi-purpose senior centers. And we're going to hear about some of that today, right, Jim?
Absolutely. We've got some great representatives of organized labor. We're going to recognize our emergency workers here in a few minutes because our emergency workers county-wide serve our senior citizens and our communities and keep us safe. And again, be back here at this awesome location. We want to make sure we take a moment. In September, what's happening down here at Vantage Point?
Well, it's always a great time to come down and do the ship watching, have the French fries and the ice cream. I mean, people come down here. This is a destination, and we're really happy to have you here today. And all the people, I know a lot of these people come on a regular basis anyway, so we at Atchison applaud you for coming down here. This is your place. It's a chance to get back on the water. All this over the years has been developed and revitalized and freshened up, so we're excited that you all come down here and be here today.
And Paul, I'll bet you this audience would applaud Atchison Venture support of our senior citizens and what they do to make us feel welcome down here.
Thank you.
And I is one of those senior citizens, so I love it down here.
Thank you.
And I believe, Paul, some other specific things happening again in September at Vantage Point. What can you tell us exactly some other activities you have coming up this month?
Well, we do have a whole line of activities coming up, and there will be activities that we share with everyone. Jim, there's a couple of things right now, and I'm not exactly sure what's going to take place. This September, we're just getting started.
But they can call and ask.
They can call and ask. We have a lot of things going on, and right now there's not. It's not published yet, but there's always surprises. We had a big event here with the Clydesdales in the summer, and there's always good things. The farmers market's going on here, and that will be going on for some time. So come down and enjoy the farmers market. But right now, that's the only thing I can really share with you.
That's okay, because what we know about this particular location, there's always something going on. I guess the list would be 5 pages long if Paul posted everything that was happening in September. But we know here's where it's happening. So
And
again,
the seniors in this community are very fortunate to have not only Council on Aging, but Vantage Point that also serves them so well. So seniors have lots of choices.
well, Laura, before we introduce our first guest, let's do something we always do in every show, and that is
Honor our veterans. Are there any veterans in the audience? If there are, please stand up or wave. And we thank you for our freedom, for you that are here today, and for veterans across this country and around the world. Thank you, thank you.
Well, Laura, throughout St. Clair County, there's a history of organized labor supporting the work of the Council on Aging, supporting nonprofit organizations from donating time, money, and resources. And we have phenomenally 2 guests that are going to be joining us on center stage here. We have Richard Cummings, who plays a significant role as campaign director for the United Way, and Tom Morrison, a retired Chrysler employee and union member. And we'd like to recognize him right now and have him join us up here at the podium. Let's give a nice round of applause from the Council on Aging. Paul, Laura, go ahead. Grab your seat here. Nice round of applause. What a great couple of guests we have here today.
Welcome. We're so glad to have you with us as a community partner today. And, good. Thank you, Tom. By saying community partner, that's what we do in this segment of the show. But one thing I want all of our viewers to realize is, if they don't already, is that organized labor in this county have been a community partner with Council on Aging and the seniors for as long as I can remember. The senior citizen service millage that is absolutely essential in order for the Council on Aging to continue. The people, the men and women that are in organized labor, have been very supportive of that millage for us since its inception in 1979. And I want to publicly thank you as their representatives today for that ongoing support.
Thank you, Laura. I would also like to point out, everybody sees labor as maybe the bad guys out there, but we're community people. I think if you go back and look at various village proposals over the years, not only the Council on Aging, but the Blue Water Bus Service, which is really great for this community, and the tech center and things like that that's made this community great. I think once organized labor has been shown that it's good for the community, then we've been there. And I think one of the things that seniors appreciate, to our dying day, no matter what happens, we're going to be in that fight for citizens, for Social Security, and the things that help them be great for the fact that they worked their whole lifetime to make this country what it is, and it's really great. And we're going to be there.
Thank you, thank you. And as part of our salute to labor, that's very important. Tom, did you have something you might like to add? I know that you're very active over at Council on Aging.
Well, I can remember when I was in the workforce, and the Council on Aging building used to be the DTE building.
Correct.
And a few people got together, and organized labor got into it, and the millages were passed, and you now have a beautiful building for these people to come down there and enjoy. And from time to time during the week, I get in there, and it's always humming down there.
You bet it is. Just like Vantage Point, as I said, the seniors in this community are so fortunate to have these choices. Thank you.
And we also like to participate in everything that's going on here in the community. It is a great community. It's unfortunate the economy is bad, but I said, and we're also trying to work with the people here to get the community more jobs, okay?
And
make it a better place than it is. And thank you very much for all you do.
We're
also active with the United Way. That's for everybody in the community. You know, that's the big three started out years ago with the unions. And I think it's really great. And we have a really great system here, everybody working together for the good of the citizens. And thanks for having us up here.
That campaign kicks off this month.
Yes,
so you get out there and you give
and thanks for having us here and honoring us. We really appreciate it on behalf of all organized labor, wherever you are, and all workers, whether union, non-union. They're the ones that make the machine go. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Paul's going to give you some gifts that we would like you to have in honor of your presence with us today.
Great.
Thank you very much. Dick Cummings and Tom Morrison.
Next round of applause. Thank you. Laura and Paul, I'm going to go over and we're going to salute some emergency services workers. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All righty. Well, over here today, ladies and gentlemen, keeping our seniors safe, our emergency responders. We have with us today Tri-Hospital EMS, the City of Fort Huron Fire Department, and we have the City of Fort Huron Police Department and St. Clair County Sheriff's Department. Only a few in St. Clair County who keep our community safe. Join me in thanking them. I'm going to go over and shake their hands on behalf of all of you for what they do to keep our community safe. They are an integral part of our community. Thank you, Fort Huron Fire Department. We appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. Tri-Hospital EMS, thank you very, very much for what you do. We honor you and appreciate you for keeping our community safe. Fort Huron Police Department, thank you very much. The officers, the men and women of the Fort Huron Police Department, the St. Clair County Sheriff's Department, and back over here, look at these guys here, these men and women who again keep our community safe. We honor on Labor Day in the month of September our emergency workers. Thank you all for being here. Keep us safe. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. We honor you. Laura and Paul, it's back to you because I believe Johnny Needham just came back from Ireland on an all-expense-paid trip to bring back cold beer for everybody at the end of the show.
It doesn't take much to get Johnny Needham going.
I'll tell you what.
Thank you later, Mr. Alkin. That's really not true. But welcome, everybody. I am wearing a shirt today that says IRISH. 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 Three cheers for the Irish. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Now, let me tell you why I'm cheering for the Irish and why the organized labor is what it is. When America was founded, guess what the Irish did? They came to America. And what do I represent in music? What did the Irish represent? Come on, everybody. I've been working on the railroad. Everybody, all the live long day. Clap your hands, come on. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Let me know my time's up. Can't you hear the whistle blow? Rise up so early in the morning, everybody. Can't you hear the captain shouting? Nine up, here we go, everybody. Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah. Who knows the words now? Someone's in the kitchen with. Someone's in the kitchen. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah, strumming on the old banjo and singing fee-fi, Philly-I-O, fee-fi, Philly-I-O, fee-fi, Philly-I-O, strumming on the old band. Yes, folks, the Irish were a big part of early labor here in the wonderful country of America. Is that it, Fort Pierce? Okay, great.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, everybody.
That was great.
Thank you.
That was great. And you know, I've been working on the railroad was a perfect song for Johnny to have for us, being that, as you can all see in the background, we have this incredible historical railroad crossing with this bridge up here. So everything fits together. And labor is being honored here today. We've talked about organized labor, but you know, many, many others. Certainly labor in our community. As Jim has talked with the emergency workers, we now have a couple of special guests that also labor in our community. The senior housings are a very important part of labor in our community for all of the things that they do for the seniors. And a particularly special guest this time is the Village of Lake Huron Woods, and we have the president and CEO of the statewide organization, which is the Presbyterian Villages of Michigan, Mr. Roger Myers, and we also have Mr. Scott Nail, who is the administrator for the Village of Lake Huron Woods. Welcome, and thank you for being here.
Thank you very much. Great to have out-of-town guests.
Thank you very much as well.
And you notice on a September day, it's beautiful here in Greater Port Huron at Advantage Point. It's like this actually all the time, isn't it, Paul? Not just in September. So, yeah, we want you to come
You're
by.
with the Chamber of Commerce, right?
No, no. Actually, I'm a volunteer in the chamber. We all are.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, could you tell us a little bit about the village at Lake Huron Woods and the kinds of activities that you have and the kinds of services you provide in this community?
Well, I will kick it off, Roger, if you don't mind. I am relatively new. I work for Roger, who is the president and CEO of Presbyterian Villages of Michigan statewide. And Lake Huron Woods is located up in Fort Gratiot, Michigan at 5221 Lakeshore Drive. We have 116 beautiful apartments there. In fact, Jim has been up and walked through and taken a look. And if you haven't been there, we'd love to have you come and take a tour and sample a meal by our chef, Bill. We call him World-Class Chef Bill. It's a wonderful independent living facility, a little off the beaten track, so we're doing some special things to have people come up there and see us. Jim, for your listeners in September, and Laura and Paul, we have a promotion that we're doing on Saturday, September 20th called See You in September. And we're inviting the public to come up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to be cooking hot dogs and hamburgers and giving tours and just enjoying the facility in a beautiful fall day.
Are you cooking, by the way, Scott?
I can.
Yeah, you should. I'm just giving you something extra to do.
Right. And I had mentioned to Roger earlier how much I appreciated him making the trip over here. Roger's coming over from Southfield.
I'm very happy to do that. I'm happy to be here on this great September afternoon. Just wanted to correct a little bit of something Scott said. Scott really works with and for the residents at Lake Huron Woods, and that's really what it's all about. The residents are at the heart of everything we do, and he also has a governing board of many community leaders that represent the interests of the community, and we're so pleased that Scott has joined the team. He just joined us in, I think, April, Scott, was that right? March, April this year, and we're very pleased with Scott. The Village of Lake Huron Woods is one of our 20 different communities that we have around the state, from Harbor Springs to Alpena,
down to Gibraltar and a number of other locations all the way over to Battle Creek. And so we're very pleased to be part of this community. And Laura, I understand that congratulations are in order for you and your organization. 40 years.
40 years this last.
Congratulations
Yes,
so much.
thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Yes. Lake Huron Woods has been added to our list of partnership. Over that 40 years, we have developed many partnerships, and we're delighted to have you added to that list. Thank you for being here today.
We appreciate that so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Another nice round of applause
Yes.
for our special guest today on this beautiful day in September.
Yes, certainly.
Thanks,
We
Scott.
have
Thanks.
gifts
We'll be
for
at
them as well.
the hot dog.
See you in September.
See you in
September.
It's September now. We're seeing you here.
Thank you
Right,
very,
here
very
we
much. And a special guest, a gift from, again, the council.
Thank you. Now, Jim, I understand that you and Paul are going to go into the audience and talk to the folks, and you have some special questions for them.
We're going to go into the audience and talk to folks, and then when we come back, you've got a special group of people from Huron Hospital.
I do.
We'll be back.
I do. I'll wait for
Let's get out here and talk to some of these people right up front here. Ask them what they think about Vantage Point in the month of September. Over here. Yeah, let's go over here.
What do they think about Vantage
Yeah, let's
Point?
ask them. Yeah, well, you've got the microphone ball. Why don't you just ask
Sir, what do you think about Vantage Point, the U.S. Merchant Marine?
It's a great place. I've lived here all my life, and I used to come Pineville Park long before you got this going.
Well, thank you very much. That's great.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah.
The food inside is wonderful too, in the ice.
See, the food is wonderful. Jim, I think that was for your honor.
That was for my. But hey, listen, we have to ask her because she looks so awesomely good. Is it the ice cream and French fries that keep you looking so good?
Oh yeah.
See, Paul. See. So after we talk to these fine folks, will you go over and buy me some French fries and some ice cream? Because I forgot my wallet today. It's September. It's a month to forget. And the Christmas stickers.
Oh, the Christmas. Thank you. The Christmas is it's a big part of it.
Let's find out a couple down here.
I live in Capac, and we don't get down here very often, but we do. We really enjoy it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And this young lady here?
I live in Capac too, and I enjoy coming here. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. It is a wonderful day in September. It's a wonderful day every day in Port Huron. This is a destination.
It is. I think we still got another minute. Let's go back over here to the back of the crowd and say hello to a few folks back here. Again, a beautiful day in September. We thank them for being at the Visions for the Future TV
How
show.
about this young lady right
Let's
here?
go right over here.
Come down here off there.
Yes.
I just love it because I love the walk. I think it's beautiful.
Now, you partake in some of the food here as well?
Yes, the French fries.
Your favorite, Jim.
Do you think that Paul should buy me some French fries? What do you think? Yes, she said yes. Would you agree that Paul should buy me some French fries here in this wonderful month of September? Hey, you know who we have here? Yeah, this young lady. Yeah. Okay.
I actually, this is the first time I sat down here in nice weather. I've been inside, and that's nice. I've come down at Christmas time for the.
Well, thank you. Christmas time is a very, very special time here. We celebrate that with honors, and they do an excellent job.
Paul, you're probably not going to believe this. We did script this in this month of September, but right here is the president of the board of directors for the Council on Aging, Bill Smiley. Bill, what do you think of Baptist Adventures and Vantage Point?
I think they should have done it years ago.
Well, I think that's great, and
Paul. She's going to ask the French fry question.
I was going to her next, but you got right over to the boss, so I know that.
Boss, now she's really the boss.
All right, we want to give you an opportunity to say.
In 1943, and I think this is the best thing that ever happened to Port Huron.
A round of applause again. Thank you very much. Thanks for all your participation. Paul, we're going to turn it back over to Laura because she's got some special guests up there from Port Huron Hospital.
Thank you, Jim. And I certainly do have some special guests here, some more community partners that we're so proud to have you here with us today. And I'd like to introduce Luann Black, from the manager of 55 Plus, and Jan Thomas from the Breathers Club at Port Huron Hospital as well. Now, Luann, I know you very well because Luann and I have worked together for years in our partnership with Port Huron Hospital. Luann is also on our consortium on aging, and we have worked together collaboratively over the years to provide services to seniors. So tell me what's going on at 55 Plus right now.
Well, we are continuing to do our screenings that we're always doing. We have blood screenings, foot screenings, hearing screenings, and our support groups are always active. And so there's always something new and things going on in our building.
Great. And you provide a wonderful service to the seniors in our community. You also are involved in our Health Rama, which is our local Senior Power Day, and we know that the seniors are receiving excellent service from you. Jan, can you tell us a little bit about the Breathers Club and how that does benefit seniors in our community?
Yes, Laura. The Breathers Club is quite an unusual and wonderful program for people who have respiratory diseases. And what we do is we monitor them when they come in with the doctor's referral, and we monitor their oxygen saturation rates and take their blood pressures and listen to their heart rates and their lungs. They have an opportunity to exercise at their own speed and to keep themselves strong. Whereas people who have respiratory problems many times, they get rather weak because they're not able to be as active as they would like to be. So this provides that opportunity for them. So many of the members that have been with us for quite a long time would say that it has been very, very helpful to them.
Thank you, Jan. And again, honoring labor. Certainly what you do at Fort Huron Hospital and all of the departments at Fort Huron Hospital, and particularly in your specific area, that is a form of labor that is, I know in many ways for you, the same as it is at the Council on Aging, a labor of love. Because the services that you're providing to people literally keep them alive, and it is a very rewarding experience. So thank you so much as partners for being here today with us. And we have some gifts for you as well. And we will give those to you and for Luann. And thank you so much.
And stay with us. We want to stay with us because I think we've got some excitement going to happen here, Laura. What do we have next? And again, let's give a nice round of applause for your hospital and 5+ again. Thank you. We've got a great audience. They keep us on cue.
They do.
Here.
They do. And Jim and Paul are back with us now, and we're turning it back to Johnny Needham for some more musical tribute.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this beautiful afternoon in September. Music's a big part of our lives. It was a sing-along. It was a wedding song. It was whatever came to your heart. Let's sing an oldie called It Had to Be You. Everybody. It had to be you. I've wandered around, finally found somebody who got it, could make me feel blue, could make me feel true, could make me feel glad, make me feel sad, being with you. Everybody now, here we go. The songs I've seen have tried to be mean, have tried to be cross, or tried to be boss, but that, now ladies and gentlemen, big ending now, but that would not do. Here we go. 'Cause nobody else gives me a thrill with all your full, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you, it had to be you. And now speaking of labor and labor of love and people who labor for what they do in life, we've got to remember our soldiers. Let's do a Navy song. Are there any Navy men here today? Raise your hand if you're Navy. Clap your hands, everybody. If that isn't a labor of love, I don't know what it is. Now I'm going to go to the U.S. Army. Anybody in the Army here? Over hill, over dale, man. How about the Marine Corps? Any U.S. Marines? Oh, they're standing up right there, folks. Give them a round of applause, yes. How about the U.S. Air Force? Oh, off we go. There he is over there. I sit near the St. Clair River and the beautiful banks of Black River, I think of the U.S. Coast Guard. Any Coast Guard members here? And believe it or not, I learned this song. Stand there. For the U.S. Coast Guard. Give a round of applause. They keep the shores of Lake Huron safe. Labor, I think, is very important as well, even though for a September day like this. How about when you're smiling, everybody, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. Clap your hands one more time. When you're laughing, when you're laughing, oh yeah, the sun comes shining through. Everybody now. And when you're crying, you bring on the rain. Stop your crying, come on. Be happy again. When you're smiling, thank you very much. When you're smiling, 3 cheers for Atchison Miniature. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. And the Council on Aging. And also today, Mr. Eric Hansen from Hansen Music, who set up this sound system that I'm playing hard on. Thank you. There you go, guys.
Oh, Johnny,
Thank you, Johnny.
So much. That was wonderful.
wow, it's hard to believe, Laura.
So I think it's almost time.
We have some special guests who are going to join us right now, and that is the volunteers of Atchison Ventures. They all make us welcome. And welcome again the Atchison Ventures Operations Manager, Peter Worley, and his team as they help us close out the show. We're right up here for Laura and Paul, and behind us again, we want them to join us because they make our community successful. Let's give them a nice round of applause. A nice
Atchison Ventures.
Well, Jim, I can tell you that Atchison Ventures could not do what they do without their volunteers, and we hardly support the volunteers at the Maritime Center, and they are from all walks of life. You look at them; they're a proud crew, aren't they?
Let's give them another round of applause. Huh?
They are wonderful.
Let's
They are
join Laura right up here.
Okay. Here we are again at the end of another show. Our shows are so important to us, and we appreciate your support, getting out the word in the community about the programs and services of the Council on Aging. So remember, growing old is not a club you choose to join, but you can join the Council on Aging, and you can choose how you grow older.
Talking about us, Jim.
Yeah, she's well, but it won't matter because we're going to have those French fries right after the show. And I tell you what, you buy the French fries, Paul, I'll buy the ice cream.
Okay. We'll talk about October. Our next show is in October. Don't miss our October show. Don't be tricked and miss it because you'll miss the treats.
Absolutely.
Your treats.
And again,